What is up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WP Workshop. What I want to show you today is how to deactivate any WordPress plugin through FTP. I'm also going to cover why would you want to do it, when it's useful, and is it safe even to do it? Can you break your website? Okay, so let's start with the basics. So why would you need to deactivate any plugin through FTP? Can't you just do it, through the WordPress dashboard? Yeah, normally you can, but that's not always possible. For instance, you might see an error like this one. This is one of the most serious errors of all the HTTP errors. It's 500. This means that something has gone horribly wrong and you need to do something to solve this issue. Another thing, you might just see some other message. This is more of a WordPress message, a message coming from WordPress itself that something has gone wrong with the WordPress installation. Maybe it's WordPress core, maybe it's one of your themes, maybe it's one of your plugins. Most likely it's gonna be a plugin. Or maybe you will just see a blank screen. They call it the white screen of death. I really don't have a screenshot because it's just a white screen. What you can do quickly is just deactivate some of your plugins and see if it helps to solve the issue. First off, how to find out which plugin is to blame? Well, this error, this problem usually happens after you do something in your WordPress admin, meaning maybe you've updated some plugin, maybe you changed some setting of some plugin, and so on. What I mean is that you've probably interacted with some plugin to cause the issue. If you're not sure, you can still find out, or you can apply more of a blanket approach to solve the issue. So what you can do first is go into a tool called cPanel. So cPanel is the most popular server management software on the web, meaning your web host is probably using it. And you're gonna find the login to that somewhere around your hosting panel. Yeah, so just look for that link. Once you get here, you can do a couple of things. First off, you can look for the logs. For instance, you can click on the error logs under metrics and you're gonna find, maybe you're gonna find a lot of stuff like I'm seeing right now. Maybe you're just gonna find a couple of messages here and you can do a search, another search for plugins. And this is gonna point out all the specific WordPress plugins that might be, problematic, that might cause some errors. So the good thing is that this is all ordered by date, meaning you can just eyeball it and, look for something that happened, recently that involved some plugin and you might be able to find the culprit that way. Okay, so what to do next? So, given that we are already in cPanel, what you can do is under Files, just click on File Manager. There's a lot of stuff going on the screen, but don't worry, all you have to do is either go into public HTML right away, select the exact domain name that you want to do the change for, meaning select your website. For me, it's this one. And in here, go into WP Content, Plugins, and what you see are all the plugins currently installed on your website. So the easiest way to do is just to double click on any of the names, like this one, for example, and just changing the name to something. Maybe to something like that. So the sole act of changing the name of this plugin is gonna deactivate it on your website. That is it. That is basically it. So you can go to your website right now, refresh the page and see if the error is gone. If it's gone, then you know that this specific plugin is to blame, that you're gonna need to do something about it. Yeah, but what if you're not sure, if that was the plugin, maybe it was some other plugin. As you can see, I have quite a lot of plugins on this install. So do you just go one by one? Yeah, but first, what you can do first is actually rename the entire plugins directory to, again, maybe this one. And don't worry, your website, it's not gonna break because you're doing this. WordPress doesn't actually need plugins to operate. So, just changing the name of the plugins directory will basically deactivate all your plugins, right? So if your site is up, if the error is gone, then you at least know that some of the plugins are to blame. So at this stage, you can just rename it back to plugins, go into plugins, and yeah, you will need to probably deactivate them one by one, or if you are already sure what the problematic plugin is, then you can just deactivate that one specifically. But given that the title of this video is how to do it through FTP, then of course I'm gonna show you that as well. So the best way to do it, to access your site through FTP, is to use a free tool like FileZilla. This is totally free. You can download it from the internet, install it, and once you have it, you need to get the connection details, the FTP access details of your website. So again, you're gonna get that through your web host. So just just log into your web hosting panel, look for FTP details in there, depending on the host that you're with. This might be in different places, of course, but for sure it is somewhere there, so you're gonna be able to find it. And once you do, just fill out the details. The important parts are the host, which is the address of your FTP server, and then your user and password. Once you are there, just connect. Similarly, as it happened inside the file manager, what you do is go into public HTML, then select the website that you want to work on, go into WP content, go into plugins, and again, this is where you can rename any of the plugin directories. So just click on rename and you can change the name of any plugin in here. Yeah, so that is basically how to deactivate any plugin through FTP or through File Manager, but there's still the question of what to do next. So you know that some plugin is problematic. If you're gonna activate it again, it's probably gonna result in the same error. So there are a couple of things you can do. What I usually do is just delete the plugin directory. So for example, I can pick this one, Zapier. Let's just delete it from my server. And yeah, the plugin is gone. If I go to the plugin page right now and just refresh it, you're gonna see that it's gone. It was here at the bottom, now it's just totally gone. And then I just go to the plugin repo and just install it. Again, a fresh install, I bring it in to my site, activate it and see if it still has any problems. And in most cases, the error is gone. The problem might be that you were not on the newest version of the plugin before, maybe some files got corrupted in some other way. So installing the plugin again from a fresh source from the official repo is always a good approach. And you don't have to worry about your plugin settings being gone in the process, because all plugin settings, plugin customizations, whatever types of settings, they are kept in the database. So you deleting the plugin files doesn't change any of that. Yeah, so that is it. That is how you deactivate a plugin through FTP. That is also how you deactivate a plugin through the file manager of cPanel. And then hopefully how you can bring it back from the official plugin directory and have it working again. Yeah, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm Karol. You can find me at wpwork.shop and see you next time.